everyone, I'm Janessa, and in this episode of Decoded, I'm taking a look at the Afterglow Wireless Deluxe Controller for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I love to play my Nintendo Switch on the go, but most of the time, let's be real, I'm playing my Switch while cuddled up in bed. And for that, sometimes the Joy-Cons don't always do the trick. The battery life on those aren't great, the buttons are small, and they can give you a cramp in those long gaming sessions. If you want to enjoy your Switch games with a controller that's a bit more comfortable and ergonomic, you're going to want something like this. This is the Afterglow Wireless Deluxe Controller for the Nintendo Switch. This controller is made by PDP Gaming, which is a very respectable brand in the console accessory space. And this controller is officially licensed by Nintendo, as you can see in the logo right in the middle of the controller. In traditional Afterglow style, the controller is made out of like a see-through plastic, allowing us to check out all of the circuits, transistors, and LEDs, everything. On top of that, it glows, and if there's one thing gamers love, right? It's RGB. Not only does this controller light up, but you can customize what color you want it to be. When I tested this out, I fully expected to be able to choose between 3 or 4 colors. Like, that seems okay. But you actually get a full range of color choices. By pushing down on this function button and the D-pad, you can phase shift through red, yellow, green, and blue, and everything else in between. There's also lighting modes that you can choose. There's a breathing mode, meaning the LEDs slowly fade in and out depending on the color that you choose, a cycle mode where the LEDs will cycle through all of the colors, and a stick mode where the controller will change color in reaction to how you move the thumbsticks while you play. If the colors are a little too distracting while playing, you can even adjust the brightness or just turn them off completely. As far as the actual controller goes, it's solid. The size, weight, and buttons are comparable to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, except for the fact that there are paddle back buttons. I am a big fan of paddles, but I was not expecting to see paddle-style buttons on this type of controller. It was an awesome surprise. These 2 back buttons can be programmed to mimic any button that is already in the controller, which can come in handy if you don't have time to take your fingers off the thumbsticks. I want to point out that these back buttons feel great. They aren't the type where you're going to hit them on accident while you're playing, but if you're really worried, you can just take them off. And I love that versatility. A couple of other things I should mention. This is a wireless controller that is going to sync extremely easily with your Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Lite. It charges via a micro USB cable, which means there's a rechargeable battery inside. That's kind of a must for me these days in a controller because I don't buy batteries and I don't keep them on hand. Plus, a rechargeable battery means less waste in our landfills. One charge is going to last you 40 hours, and the controller features a wireless range of up to 30 feet. I don't know why you'd want to play 30 feet away, but hey, it's good to know that we can if we want to. And lastly, this controller does feature motion control in case you want to use that in certain games like steering in Mario Kart or aiming in Splatoon 2. After testing out the Afterglow Wireless Deluxe Controller for a couple of days, I'm confident in recommending it to you all. It's a solid choice when looking for a wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch. But the best thing that is still drawing me in is being able to see through the plastic and see all of the guts inside. So I grew up with the atomic purple Game Boy Color that was the same way. There's also the N64 see-through controllers. Even the original Xbox and PS2 ended up having translucent cases. There's just something nostalgic that this controller is giving me that reminds me of the past, but now there's LEDs, so it's cooler. If you've been looking to cut the cord and go wireless, check out the Afterglow Wireless Deluxe Controller for the Nintendo Switch at your local GameStop store, or you can check it out at GameStop.com. That'll wrap up this episode of Decoded. I'm Janessa, and you can find me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram at Pods of War. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.